shit too. You all was the one ever since my hair was me and my brothers be ballin' like all three. I can never leave my brother Mario Luke. I can't tell the weather, but I can feel it in the air, rain coming soon. Oh, they talking hot, cool, I'm off vibe. Making shower on the block, no shampoo to the metal.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the 2434 podcast where anything is possible and we learn from our wins and losses. Heck speaking, and I'm here to give you another film study. In this episode, we're going to go over the next chapter, 1v1 Warzone, with IsoTay versus Keyshawn. So, to give you a little bit of background about IsoTay, IsoTay is a really shifty hand, has a really good handle. He's very twitchy, he's very difficult to predict. And Keyshawn, we just went over a video with him playing Scar. He got the better of Scar that day. So, with all that being said, before we can get started, please like, share, and subscribe to the video. And let's get it into you about Keyshawn. He can shoot. And one of the things is like, I always say, what I like the most about his game is he doesn't do too much. He gets straight to it. IsoTay, one of his advantages is the fact that the matter is he's so very twitchy and unpredictable. It's very difficult to stay in front of him. So let's see how he matches. First, I'm gonna call this out because I see it in real time. This is a travel. Watch his back foot. Watch his back foot right here. You see how he moves it? Travel. Second thing I'm gonna tell you. One of the things is, as I always say, there's a difference between being forced to take a step back and taking one because you want to. What he does is he has his forearm on his chest. He sees that he's running. He has him turned this way. He gives a slight push off. Good shot. Okay, this is a good move. So he rips through. He fakes it. He does a shoulder shimmy. He initiates contact. And because he initiates contact and he feels that he has a top leg right here, he has the ability to spin off this and go for a left-handed layup. So naturally, because IsoTay is worried about the left-handed layup, he has a shoulder shimmy and fades back right. Good move. So puff fake, tween, side step. He doesn't react to it. He lets him shoot this. Good shot. Good defense. Good shot. Good hand. Lesson number 1 about basketball and when people check the ball. If you ever want to get an easy layup or an easy shot at the rim or an easy foul, go immediately once your hand touches the ball, go. Because 9 times out of 10, most guys when they check the ball up, they're not paying attention. They're being cute. They're being lazy. And 9 times out of 10, when they sit there and check the ball up, because they're not ready to play, if you catch it and go, you're gonna catch them off guard. So right here, IsoTay catches him off guard. He spins back middle because he had him cut off, and he goes hard to the cup. Now this is a good pump fake because he knew he would be. He felt that he was going to jump. He anticipated that he was going to jump, and he got up in the air. Only thing is, his leg hit him in the ear. He didn't finish the play. Fellas, be careful. Three up. No hand is crazy. No hand is crazy. So, overstep. Then he goes bounce out, hang. If you pay attention, he slightly pauses and he pauses like he's gonna pick up the ball. Then he goes. That's a good change of pace, and he is getting banged up. Pause. So right here, he rips through over his face. He pushes off, creates a separation. He just got to make that. Check. All right, so he has point. With overstep, he spins back the other way. He pump fakes, got him to jump up in the air, leave his feet early. When you leave your feet early, then nothing. I'm gonna tell you something as a hooper. When you leave your feet early, nothing good ever happens. If you get got by a pump fake, either one or two things is gonna happen. Either you're gonna get stepped through, you're gonna get blown by, or you're gonna foul the guy who's shooting the ball. And he did all three in this possession. Good shot. Spot one.
How you feel about game 1 so far, man?
Great game. Keyshawn's dialed in. Tay is a little bit iffy. I feel like he should just be shooting that spot up 3.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to open the game up because every single possession, even after Tays makes, Keyshawn's still sagging. So you just have, in my opinion, just keep shooting. He's shooting like 50% right now. Just keep shooting it. Those are the best looks he's getting. And then once Keyshawn changes up, Tay gets up a few points. He'll finish the game with the way that he finishes games. But he's got to take the three.
Yep. Okay, game one.
It's the ball from back. So my biggest problem with these guys is why are you taking the ball from back there? As I always say, when you check the ball, be in a spot that you can attack, you can shoot the ball from. Yeah, I know you're capable of hitting. These guys are capable of hitting it from the logo and stuff, but you gotta understand something. I understand it opens up more space for you to go to the rim, but if you're not a threat, I'm okay with you shooting a limitless range three. I'm not okay with you shooting a high school three. I don't know, maybe I'm different. Anyway, IsoTay gets the ball. He gets a one jab. Take the easy one. As I always say, the easiest way to roam is the simplest way. Now he hit back to back. He's in rhythm. Now he has to play up on that. Now your game opens up. Okay, that's off. All right, I'm gonna go over this because I didn't really get a chance to go over this. So basketball is a game of understanding spots. Okay, so basketball is a game of angles and a game of spots. Have you ever noticed when you passing the guys the ball and they are on one spot and they are consistently knocking it down, and as soon as they move, to another spot, they miss the very next shot. This is a perfect example of this because he shot 2 in a row from the same exact spot right here on the wing. Guess what? Subconsciously, your body is used to shooting from that particular spot. If you're not a good shooter, or if you're not a pure shooter, let me rephrase that. Moving from one spot to a completely different spot is a challenge. It's a little bit different because on this shot right here, he can shoot the same way as he did it last time and you know he's going in. Versus a new shot, which he has to actually make it up on the fly. Same thing here. That and how he gathered himself, it was off balance. And yeah, I kind of knew that was off. I always sit there and say about what sets up Euros, sets up hops, sets up change of direction moves. Is a top foot in the ability to get back this way. He feels that IsoTay it's completely cutting him off on this side. He knows he can come back this way and finish the layup. Now, granted, this is a difficult layup regardless, but that's a good take. That hezzy cross is deadly. Pump fake, hang, cross, see you. All right. To anybody who sits there and says who's worried about this being a travel, it's not. So you watch here, hang, cross. His gather step is right here. Hand underneath the ball, he can't legally put the ball down. So this step doesn't count. So this is 0. This is 1. This is 2. Good layup. You see how he's playing him left, right? So Keyshawn goes left. He does a hang dribble, a float dribble. He splits. He has these. He goes. Now he has an 8. Now now just him in the rim. He's on his hip. So what he does is he goes up. He goes back in the direction of Keyshawn, so he doesn't have a clean way to get to it. And lays it up strong off the glass. Good take. Okay. Hang, 1, 2, good shot. This is a good hezzy. It's a good one dribble hezzy pull. Jab, hang, 1, 2, good shot. 4-2. He goes jab, hang, goes into his body. He fades over him. Good shot. Okay, this is a perfect example of being too over aggressive. He's swiping for the ball. He blew right by him. Good lay. Okay. That's just a grown man take. I'm not gonna hold you. You went into his body. You went to his chest. You gave him a little bit of a bump. You sent him flying, and he laid it up. Notice something? Trick number 2. If you are expecting contact, pro trick, put your hand around the guy's waist, that way you don't go flying. Yes, it's technically a foul, but ref's not gonna see it. Good take. One thing I like about Iso Tay's game is his dead dribble. Pound. Watch. Goes to a spot, pounds, one dribble, pushes off, creates a separation, good shot. Extra credit for even though it's everything ones, he got back to the 3-point line. Oh, he's cooking. I'm gonna teach you a trick, right, about shooting. You know why they say hand down, man down? It's because the average human reaction time is about 0.25 seconds or 0.5 seconds. So it's quicker than a snap of a finger. If I'm shooting the ball and I know I'm gonna shoot the ball, but you're guessing I'm gonna shoot the ball, naturally, I'm going to be at an advantage. So if my hand is by my shorts, if his hand is by his shorts, he knows he can shoot the shot. But this is the reason he's able to get it off. His hand's by his shorts. He realized because he knows that he's going to be late to contest this. He knows he has an open shot. So even though he does put a hand up, it's too late. A one dribble pull from 3-point line is tough. All he does is he didn't even do anything crazy. He just said he ripped through, went back this way, went to his spot and rise up and shot it. A lot of times, I'm always going to sit there and say this. As a basketball player, you're going to come to learn this. Simple you keep your moves, the easier it is for you. This is scores 1-4. Okay, what is your mentality in this position? Don't give the ball back immediately. Make sure you take make sure you take a good shot. And if you do miss, make sure you play good defense. I always sit there and say this. The simple shot is always typically the best shot for you, but let's see how Tay handles this possession. That's 4 dribbles. Okay. So, alright, so I'm going to go check back with the rules. So, in this possession right here, if 1, 2, 3, 4, possession done. 1, cross, 2, 3, 4, that's done. But I don't know. Maybe he wasn't counting. Maybe he didn't see it. I don't know how they ruling that. He lost the ball. How I normally play King of the Court. If it's a strip, the possession is dead. If you lose the ball and the ball bounces more than 3 times, it's dead. So right there, not dead. The possession is over. So right here, that last bucket wouldn't have counted, but it's their rules. I don't know if they're calling their own fouls and stuff, because if it's not, that's on Keyshawn for not seeing that. But it's neither here nor there. Hang, 1 dribble pull up, cash. This video, alright, and to any young player who watches this video, I want y'all to understand something. The biggest bit of advice as a basketball player I can give you, and I think you can sit there and take from a lot of these videos, to all the young players, the simpler you make your game, the better you become. Because if you notice something, if you're making 20 dribble isolation combos, one, it's very difficult to shoot off those consistently. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about you, but if a defender's not gonna sit there and let you and watch you dribble the ball too much. Second thing is, the simpler you keep your game, the better. Because when you keep your game simple, it's a lot easier to train and be consistent. So I'm not gonna sit here and train to do a double step back hesitation, double triple step back 3, because in how many situations am I going to shoot that shot? Especially in a real game like in college or in a high school, not in the park. Versus a catch and shoot 3, it's easier to practice that. It's easier because it's more you can consistently shoot those shots in games. And as long as you know when to do it, you can always shoot those shots. Same thing with these guys. A lot of their games, if you know something, bro, minus the occasional sidestep and IsoTay doing a dribble combination in the first possession, it's 1 dribble pull up, 2 dribble pull up, step back, jab step, go to the rim, something simple. And if you notice something, and the reason why they're very good at it and it's very easy to score is because When you do too much, you're giving me more time to read and react. Versus you playing under 2 dribbles, it makes the game simpler for you and for you and to improve on. But that's something I noticed. So if you ever wonder why my videos are muted, I don't want to sit there and hear these two guys complaining about fouls and calling each other hacks and stuff. Because in the end of the day, I understand getting fouled every single time is annoying, but I don't feel like, even though it may make monetization, I can sit there and put toxic 1v1 basketball content into the title. Guess what? Long story short, the join and the chirping doesn't really do me any good, right? And you pick up habits from watching these stuff. As I always say, focus on playing. Just focus on the game, and it takes away from the game too. Good job. Good shot. Okay. So you see, like, another example, keeping it simple. Ready? Jab, cross. That may have been a travel there. Why I say it's a travel? His foot came up at the same, prior to the ball coming down. Look. Let's do this right here. Let me show you. Ready? Watch. Oh, that's a pivot travel. That's another travel. But you ain't gonna see that in live speed. Anyway. Alright, so this is point, cash. Alright, now it's 4-4. He just hit 3 in a row. Nothing cheap and nothing easy, and you call everything. Ready? That's a travel. That's a travel. That's a travel. Yo! Yo! He dead walked twice, bro. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Watch. Okay. Okay, let's break this down. I'm gonna break this down for you, right? Before I sit there and talk about how he scored this, this is a good possession. All right, I would before I do the hoop analyze breakdown. I'm gonna go over this pivot travel. The 3 travels right here. First travel right here. He bumps. He puts the ball down. That's a travel right there. So he spins off. 1, 2. He steps over. Right? He steps through with his left foot. The step through is not the travel, but he picked up his pivot foot and put it back. Yo! They let that rock, bro. Okay. Now to break down the possession. So one of the things I'm gonna tell you something is, young players, anybody who's watching this, embrace contact. Contact. Don't get mad about getting fouled. Embrace it. Because if you're not getting fouled, that means you're dirt. So right here, Tay does a good job of feeling and reading where he's at. You see that he sees that all his body weight is on his right hand. So because he knows that, he knows he can sit there and spin off this way. The execution was bad, but hey, the spin move in that situation was the right move. Now he goes into his space, so he goes gather, right, left. If he keeps this foot down, this move is clean. I have nothing to complain about. But the right read was a step through, but he took an extra step in here. Travel, good game. Ref didn't call it. To wrap everything up, this is a great game. This is a great game against 2 great competitors. So one thing I like about IsoTay's game is, like, if you notice something, when he dumbed it down and kept it simple, he was being way more effective, rather than him just being cute, try to be cute, and being shifty with all 3 of his dribbles. That's 1. 2, Keyshawn, way to fight. First possession, land on his elbow wrong, happens. Played great defense, scored. Now, when in this position on the other side, when you lose a game like this, when you're up 4-1, you start thinking, man, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if? I always say you learn more lessons from your losses than your wins, because when you're successful and you win, all the mistakes that you made typically get glossed over. Versus if you lose, you think, man, what if I held the ball tighter on this last possession? Or, man, what if I would have shaded him this? What if I would have played him differently? In the end, I know for a fact that, as I always say about basketball, There's going to be days that you're going to be the hammer, and there's going to be days that you're going to be the nail. But when you win humbly, and when you lose gracefully. So with that being said, thank y'all for tuning into the 2434 podcast. Like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the drill. We turn down.